Alright, I'm just warning you, it's actually April 1st in the game. That means it's April Fool's Day, and hopefully I'm not going to be making a fool out of myself in this Noldor tournament in Prophecy of Pendor Ironman Challenge. 4 teams with 7 fighters each. Wow, that's a lot of people. Certainly a lot. Okay, well, let's see if we can... Whoa, that was a big hit. Okay, fantastic. Through to the next round already. We're being given two-handed sword. Ugh. Two-handed sword is not very good. Diev, oh, I'm so sorry, Diev. Please don't kill me. Can you just get out of my way? Thank you very much. I'd like to kill this guy, if at all possible. No. This is not for you. Thank you very much. Yes, that is not for you. Almost died. Alright, this is a 1 versus 1. Bit problematic. I don't have a shield. Are you serious? Come on now. What year is this? This is almost 2020. We must have a shield. I can't believe it. Okay, so anyway, 4 teams with 2 fighters each. Let's have a look here. Okay, I think it's okay. I think I can focus down this guy. There we go. Noldor warrior, hide behind the horse. Take the horse. This is Grand Theft Horse right now. Otherwise known as Red Dead Redemption. And there we go. We're good. Fantastic. That was easy enough. 1 versus 1. Alright. It's a... You serious? Oh, that was close. Almost died. Took 65 damage from a headshot. Crazy. 2 teams with 1 fighter each. Let's do this. Final round. I'm on a horse. That's all that I care about. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Maybe not give it a lick, because it probably doesn't like it. Anyway, there we go. A victory for us at Ellil. And we've been given some Noldor armor once again, which I think is okay. Oh, okay, yeah, that is absolutely fine. Thank you very much. I am more than happy to have this armor. I was not expecting something like this, but there you go. We've got some thick Noldor Noble armor, which has 67 to body, and this has 58, as well as 32 leg armor, and our old armor has 19. Wow. What craziness. What craziness is that? That is just insanity. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Ellil. You have done me well. You have done a very, very good job right there. And we will now be continuing on with our challenging task. As you can see, we still only have 67 renown because the tournament does not count for the renown value. I have waited a couple of days because I had to wait for the tournament to start, of course. So I'm hopeful that maybe now I will be able to go into a fight with a bandit infestation. Maybe I'll be able to find some farmers and things. Some places. Oh, I'd love to be able to recruit this guy, but no such luck. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about it, to be honest. You know, maybe I should just go to some random place on the map and just fight some people. I mean, I could... I kind of want to just check to see whether I can maybe just find some infestations myself. Maybe I don't need to do the quest for the farmer, but it does make the most sense to check the towns first. It is the easiest way of getting those kinds of things going on. I'm actually just going to be doing this tournament really quickly, and hopefully I will be able to do it really quickly. I'm talking about speed run through this, if I can. As soon as I say speed run, as soon as I utter those words, it never goes well. Never goes well. So we'll see how it goes here. Maybe I'll be able to do something. Take out the horse, and then I can do the horse strategy, because we seem to be having a bit of a close confrontation here with this particular enemy. I don't really mind losing this, so if I do end up... Oh, no, thanks. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, great. I didn't really want that person to help us, but oh well. Never mind. I guess we just have to win the battle in general. Just win... Oh, no, never mind. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Now, we're still getting a sword and a shield. It's actually really nice. It's really nice to get a sword and a shield. My horse almost died, but that's okay. We dealt quite a bit of damage to the opponent as well. and we just have to be a bit careful here. Okay, that's not being careful. That is not being careful. He says, as he wades into the battle once again. There we go, there's one dead, and maybe we can get another one. Never mind, that one's dead as well. I don't think I've already killed someone, so if I tab out now, that's going to be a fail. So let's see if I can just... There we go. That's a victory for our team anyway, so it's not a big deal either way. Alright, so this is 2 versus 2. Let's see if we can do this. I mean, technically, if we can do the Noldor tournament without any problems, or without too many problems, then we should be able to do this with minimal issue. But you know how it is sometimes, you know, you're trying to do a regular tournament, you just don't put as much effort into it probably, because it's just not on that same scale, you know? It's like, yeah, you're really trying, you know, you're still trying to do it, but it is just not the same. It just doesn't feel the same going up against regular units as when you go up against Noldor, because they're just, you know, they mean business. They mean business in every single way. Whereas these mercenary cavalrymen, not so much. Not so much. Anyway, this is the penultimate round, 2 versus 2. Got a 2-handed sword. They all seem to have a 2-handed as well. Yeah, everyone has a 2-handed. That's kind of hilarious. I was hopeful that I could do the horse strategy there, but that didn't really work out too well. Maybe I can do a little bit of extra damage. There we go. Nice. And now it's a 2 versus 1. Lethal Durin, we've got this. Or not. Yep. Face towards Lethal Durin. That's exactly what we want you to do. There we go. Nice victory there. I think this is actually Lethal Durin we're up against now, which is going to be kind of interesting, because he technically is a Noldor, so it kind of makes things a little bit more tense, because he does have the proficiencies to back it up, that's for sure. But I have the HP. I have a lot of HP, so even if I do get hit, as was demonstrated in the Noldor tournament for 65 damage or some craziness like that, I will still be okay. Anyway, we're just going to sell this stuff as well. Yeah, by the way, someone told me that the various loot, instead of selling it for 1,300, I can actually go to a tavern keeper. Is it a tavern keeper? I think so. I think that's what you said in your comment. And basically what that does is it trades the various loot for a baggage train. And I think that's actually really awesome. Let me see if I can actually do that. I'm looking for supplies. I assume that's what I have to click on, but I'm not going to do it just yet, because a baggage train for me right now is just pointless, because I have, well, this in my army. I really don't have anything that is super, you know, super morale draining or anything like that. So if I do get my army back, then I can, you know, speak to a tavern keeper and have that activated, which would be really cool. So thanks very much for telling me about that. I had no idea that that was possible before you gained your castle, you know, because you can actually ask for a baggage train from your steward, I believe it is. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, it's usually a good idea to attack the drunk and not to intimidate or persuade him not to attack you, because if you do attack the drunk or whoever it may be, whether that be a drunken adventurer or a caravan guy or anything like that, it's usually a good idea to do that, because you'll gain some relation with the town. And if you do that multiple times, then you're eventually going to have a pretty significant amount of relation. You'll be able to buy, you know, medium pouch of diamonds, large pouch of diamonds, something like that. So it's going to be really good. Anyway, what's going on here? Seems like a pretty large fight. I don't need to get involved with that. And I think what we're going to have to do... how many days? I've got 8 days remaining. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to... we could do a fight against the Melatine. They're hard, though. They're really difficult to deal with. I was hoping to find... Oh, there's Phineas. I'd like to speak to Phineas again and get some more stats, you know, in every way, because, I mean, this is my current statistics, and they're not bad. I mean, they're fine, but I feel like they're a little bit too all over the place, because I didn't really figure out a good build for late game. My main concern at the very beginning of the Ironman challenge was to be very, very careful with the early game and the mid game, and everything. Anyway, we've got a band of Vanskries here, which will give us 9 renown value. That's the same as that Jatu band that we fought. It's kind of weird how Vanskries and Jatu, at least the ones in the previous episode, are basically on the same level. I wouldn't have expected that. Personally, I would have expected the Vanskries to be way below the Jatu in terms of combat strength or in terms of renowned potentials, but apparently that's how it is. Anyway, as I was saying, it is... what was I actually saying? Oh, it grinds my gears about how I do that, you know, because I see something that I want to speak about and speak about it, and then it's all great, and then I forget about the previous thing that I wanted to say. Oh well, never mind. I'm sure my text self will probably, you know, save me a little bit there, and maybe I'll remind you or continue my thought with what I was talking about. Anyway, we're doing pretty well here with my bow so far. I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm getting so many kills. And that's what I mean. It's kind of difficult to deal with the Jatu in comparison to the Vanskries. Like the Vanskries right here, super easy. You know, you can just like charge into them. You can do some massive damage with your weapons. You can take them out with your horse, with the charge damage. You can take them out with your archery skill. But the Jatu are a completely different beast because they have an insane amount of lances. They've got some really highly proficient horse archers and everything, and it's very difficult to deal with them. But these guys, not so much, not so much. However, do bear in mind that if we wanted to, and if we need to, because we are of course going to try not to fail this particular quest, we might need to disband everyone in the army to try and make it work. But there you go, there's another renown for us. And a little bit of extra stuff. I'm going to put the Kraken shield in the pool as well as the Kraken plate mail so that they can actually wear better stuff. And that no one wants the shield. No one wants the shield. I'm very surprised. I suppose it is because no one has 5 in shield skill. That is most likely the reason. So we're going to have to do something about that. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to let these Storm Sisters go. And we will have to do some other battles because it's just not really working as it is right now. Just gaining 9 per battle is really quite bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and lure or push these Vanskries. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Can we... no, I don't really want that. I would like these two together. Yeah, we're getting pretty unlucky about that, but we are going to gain 8 renown, as you can see right here, so it's basically on the same level as the previous battle. But if we had gotten both of those parties, or all 3 of them, in the same battle, then it would make so much more sense. And actually, someone did mention in the comments that a slightly easier knighthood order to do this quest for is the Rangers of the Clarion Call, or the Silver Mist Rangers, or basically any knighthood order that has ranged units in a significant way, because of course the Rangers of the Clarion Call, they've got some amazing horse archers, and the Larian Sentinels as well. They have some really good just pure archers, foot archers, and they're really good. But the Kraken cultists, they have infantry and they have thrown weapon specialists on horses, and that's literally it. And it's kind of difficult to make that work in a kind of like survival state, if you know what I mean. So basically keeping everyone alive as much as possible. It's much easier to keep archers alive than it is to keep infantry alive, and that's very true. So good point on you for that comment. Very, very nice. Thank you for that, because I kind of didn't think about that at the time, but it is actually very true how playing with infantry is much harder than playing with some kind of ranged character in your knighthood order, that is. But yeah, anyway, there's another 8 renown for us. It's going to be a bit difficult. If we can find some farmers, then we'll get a nice boost. But as it stands right now, we're not getting that boost, so it is a bit tricky. It is a bit tricky for sure. Oh, look, there's another Vanskry band right there, and we might be able to. Do you think we can? No, we're not going to be able to do that. That is very, very problematic. Guess we'll just have to do this. And I'm just going to sell a bunch of stuff so that we can get some cash. And by the way, look at our cash right now. Our cash is just exponentially spiraling up. It is just boosting itself like no one's business. Oh, hello. Nope, never mind. Vanskeries are really quite slippery, aren't they? They seem to just run away in all kinds of different directions and don't stay together, which is quite annoying, but can't really do anything about it, I suppose. More Vanskeries over there. Maybe I can find... maybe a Peasant Revolt Army. Peasant Revolt Armies sometimes go around here. Would be quite nice as well. Yeah, maybe we can just continue asking for rumors. There's Brother Randolph as well. Oh yeah, Brother Randolph, he actually does have a book that I want, The High Arts, because I did a little bit of statistic reveal in the previous episode in the form of text. And the High Arts gives you +1 intelligence, which is actually really useful for us. So I think I'm going to be reading that basically right now, because I don't see a reason why we shouldn't, you know, get some additional skill points and everything. So we're just going to do this. There we go. We're not going to read the Great Leaders of Pendor just yet, because as I've said, it's probably a good idea that I increase my charisma a little bit more before I do that, because what I would like to do is get to probably 27 charisma. If I can actually do that, if I can get to 27 charisma and then read the book, then I'll gain 10 in leadership, and that would be perfect. But that is if I can actually do that. Technically what I could do is I could get rid of a couple of the Kraken Radari units. Should I do that? Let's do a couple. There we go. Okay, so we've got 14 remaining. How many do I have? I have 6 days left. Okay, that's tricky. Very tricky. I'm hoping that maybe there's a farmer in Windholm, but if there isn't, then I'm just going to have to go for it. Adventurer, Sir Jocelyn, and Javen the Blade. Not exactly what I want to see here, but I guess we'll just go back up and fight some Vanskeries then. Or we could fight some heretics. 34 of them? Well, there's actually quite a few heretics in this area. Maybe they'll want to attack me. Yeah, there we go. This is what we... Do we want this? I'm like, yes, this is what we want. And then, maybe not. Maybe not. 25 against 69. This might actually be really difficult for us because they have heretic invokers, and those guys are, you know, they're quite difficult. So we'll see how it goes, but it's unlikely that we'll do very well here. We'll see. I'm just going to try and eliminate all the minions as much as possible and try and get them thinned out, because they are going to distract a lot of our units from actually targeting hardier units, like, you know, the worshippers and the invokers and the Magnus and all that stuff. And that's not particularly good. Let's tell everyone charge in. Of course, we've got companions, and we've got our Kraken Radari, and that's basically it. And I'm taking a little bit of damage from these guys, but thankfully they're getting a little bit distracted. And they have run into the Kraken Radari, which is actually perfect, because those guys are just going to tear up any cavalry. As you can quite clearly see, they are tearing them up like no one's business, which is fantastic. Let's try and kill some of these archers as well. The archers are going to be quite damaging. I'm very surprised that we're actually able to do such a good job here against these Magnus units. I wouldn't have expected that. But I'm just going to use my horse primarily to deal damage to these guys, because we can always take them prisoner as well. And taking them prisoner is okay. We can go to a slave trader or something like that, earn a little bit of extra cash along the way, which is always quite nice. Yeah, I think that actually worked pretty well, and we lost no one. Look at that. We actually lost no one. That's exactly what happens, I suppose, when the enemy just has so many units and they are overcompensating. They think that they're going to win, you know? They think they're going to win, but no. We actually got 16 renown for that. That seems to be a good way to go about it. Very nice. Look at that. We gained a whole bunch of stuff as well. And did we get anything actually good? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, a thick demon shield is actually pretty good, but I don't think anyone can actually use that right now because they don't have any shield skill. And speaking of that, everyone's leveling up like no one's business right now because they have a much more prominent role in this party, because we're primarily fighting with only 14 or so knighthood order units, and the rest are all companions. And as you can see, look at that. Everyone's leveling up. That's crazy. Okay, so let's just speak to Alyssa real quick first. Let's just get her some more strength, more power strike, I suppose. She's really good with throwing weapons, but I want to kind of get her a melee attack a little bit better. Sigismund is just going to max out his Iron Flesh and power strike because he already has 30 in strength, so I'm just going to level up his intelligence to gain some more skill points. And then we have Julia right here. We're just going to continue leveling her agility, and I'm probably going to level up her shield, because even though she's primarily an archer crossbow user, it would probably be a good idea that when and if she does use the shield, that it is actually going to be useful. And otherwise, let's level up. So Rain here, he already has 4 in shield, so we'll get him another point in shield, because that's 5 in shield now. And let's actually see what his current shield is. It is decent, but I'd like to give him the Kraken one because that's better in my opinion. So let's just do that. And then Anson, of course, is going to continue leveling his intelligence. Should I even do that, though? Because if I level up his agility and I get that to 12, I could potentially get him some additional shield skill. But if I level his intelligence and get him to 30 intelligence beforehand, then we can get him 10 in wound treatment, surgery, first aid, engineer, etc. And then we can actually start leveling up his trainer and maybe even pathfinding as well, because my pathfinding skill is actually only 4. So that's really bad. But yeah, okay, we'll just level up his shield skill a little bit there, and we'll get him another point in first aid. Actually, you know, first aid is not even... Yeah, first aid is actually quite important, I guess. Yeah, first aid is actually quite important, so I guess we'll just leave it at that and level up his other weapon proficiencies a little bit. Okay, there we go, not too bad. All right, so let's continue just roaming around this area here. Wait a minute, what was that? That was a massive army. Yeah, that's definitely something I won't be able to fight with 25. Yes. I wish I'd be able to fight that with 25. That would be really fun. I wonder whether that's even possible with a custom knighthood order filled with the greatest units. Probably. It might actually be, because those guys are insane. Right? Like if you train them up a great deal of time. I mean, I did that in my previous series. I had some insane guys that were so powerful, and they would just murder basically everything in the area so fast. So they were really fun to use. Anyway, ooh, nice. We got a good engage on these Vansky Raiders right here. And we've got 18. Look at that. We're going to get 18 renown reward for this battle. This is fantastic. Let's try and get some kills with my bow once again. As I said previously, I think the best strategy that I can use against these guys is to kill as many low tier units as possible so that my units can focus on the higher tier ones. I know that sounds weird as hell because I do so much damage, but it is kind of true because the AI is a bit... Well, they have difficulties dealing with the high tier ones, but I kind of don't want the high tier ones to have the sole focus, if you know what I mean. So basically, I don't want our AI units to completely focus on the low tier ones, so that's why I'm trying to kill them and prevent the high tier ones from doing massive damage. So we're just going to tell them to charge in right now, and we'll see if I can actually do something here. I'm going to have to pull my weight quite considerably. There we go, not too bad. I don't really want to go into the river, if at all possible. And I am taking some pretty serious damage because I'm moving so incredibly slowly. But that is something that I kind of have to do because we are losing some people here. Yeah. No. Thank you. Okay, that was the remix, real quick. Okay, there we go. Take out that Advanced Great Warrior. I thought that was a Jarl for a second. The Jarls are really quite tough to deal with. But there you go. We actually achieved victory. Got 23 kills out of it. We did lose 4 units, so that's 4 less Kraken Radari in our squad. But we have 18 renown now. 118 out of 200. We might be able to make it. We might. No guarantees here, that's for sure. Okay, so let's just let that go. And how long do we have left? 4 days. Don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm sorry to say, I don't think I'm gonna make it because we just weren't able to find what we needed. That is sad. Very, very sad indeed. But we might. It just depends. I'm kind of hoping against all hope here, I suppose. I don't think we're gonna make it, but I'm keeping a bit of the hope alive, I guess. I'm gonna just sell that thick demon shield as well. I might as well sell this as well, because we're probably going to get better shields as we go forward. Okay, so... I don't know. I don't know where to go, because we could do Vanskries more. I mean, that's going to be the best option for us, basically. And we should have probably been doing that from the start. But I kind of wanted to do larger battles and try to get more loot out of it and everything. But Vanskries are actually really lucrative if you have a high looting skill anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. Okay, so Vanskrie Raiders, come on, go over there, go over there. Yeah, I actually don't want to engage upon you right now. Could you just go down here a little bit? They're making things more difficult than they have to, of course. I'm hopeful that we would be able to engage upon them and another group of them. But I guess it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I guess we'll just do it. Why not? We're going to get 11. Well, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm kind of surprised. I was anticipating getting like 4 for this or something like that. And, you know, if we don't get the renown value for this, that's a complete fail. That is a complete fail, and the quest is going to fail completely. So, yeah. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. But thankfully, a failure of a quest does not denote a failure in the Ironman challenge. And considering that we're running around with such a small party, we're actually not doing too badly. I feel like, you know, we haven't come close to... Well, we have come close to dying, I guess. A couple of times. Yeah, but, you know, Ironman challenge and everything, you kind of got to be a bit careful, and you can't really just run in wherever you want. You kind of have to be a bit selective about what you're going to be attacking. But seems like this is definitely going to be the end of the challenging task for us. Which is unfortunate, really. Oh, nice. We actually leveled up. Great. We're getting a lot of kills, so I guess I'm not surprised. My bow is still not extremely accurate, amazingly enough, but anyway. I'm kind of surprised that they're not charging at us, to be honest. Okay, you gotta be careful here. They still have thrown weapons, and their thrown weapons are still damaging. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, be careful. Okay, that's the kind of thing we got to do, you know? That's the kind of thing we got to do in this situation. We have to make sure that our own units are as protected as possible, and that we take most of the risk. And that's the reason why this is very, very tricky in an Ironman challenge to accomplish. Even though these are just Vanskries, they can still deal some damage, as we've seen, you know? But anyway, let's just tell our guys to charge in now. Hopefully that's going to be okay. My horse can take a hit or two, so I suppose it's not too bad if we let it take a little bit of the damage. And I think that's it. Yep, there we go. Nice. That was actually really good. We take... Look at that. No casualties whatsoever. No casualties. Really good. So 11 renown, 129 out of 200. We're not even really close, which is a shame. If we could find more Vanskries really fast right now, then I might be able to make it. But I don't see any. I see some slavers. They're not really going to give us that much. The Vanskrie landing is probably where they're mostly going to spawn. So I could theoretically wait here. I've got 3 days. 3 days remaining. Do you think it's going to... I don't think it's going to work. I'm kind of disappointed about that. I was really hopeful that we'd be able to do it. But maybe they'll give us a little bit of credit, because we did almost make it. Well, we're actually quite far away from it, so I wouldn't blame them if they didn't. Oh, they actually have some Vanskrie Raiders over here. Oh, well, never mind. I guess I'll just continue going down the coast. I guess that makes the most sense. But I have to be careful about the really big parties as well, because those guys are not going to be scared of me anymore. They're going to go after me like no one's business. Oh, there we go. There's a reasonably large party. Nice. Okay. There's 15 renown. Okay, good. Look at this. Look at that. We only need to do a little bit more. So yeah, basically, don't do what I do in this particular challenging task. I would highly recommend doing something very similar to what I did in this episode, where you just disband a bunch of your units, and then you know, try to get the renown required. But do bear in mind that at the end of this task, you're going to get awarded the various amounts of troops that you have in the army that they gave you left over. So if you have, I don't know, if you have like some Kraken Radari or some Storm Sisters remaining, they're going to join your normal army. But as it stands for me, that actually doesn't make any sense because I actually have a full army and I'm not going to be getting anything from them anyway. So it's basically pointless. But if you don't, and if you do have some space, then you can actually benefit from this on a massive scale, because then you'll have, you know, however many units you left off with, which is really quite good. But of course, if you think about it, Kraken Radari, maybe not the best units. I mean, they're pretty good. But in comparison... Oh, this is an invisible wall right here. This is actually really bad for me to be here. Anyway, yeah, Kraken Radari are good in terms of their shield and so on and so forth, but maybe not so good in terms of how offensive they can be. They're not extremely good at offense in comparison to defense, and indeed in comparison to many of the other knighthood orders. The other knighthood orders are generally going to be much better in that regard. Oh, hello. Haha. Yeah, just jumping in for a second there. Great. Gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. I was hopeful that they would use all their throwing weapons against me, and as you can see, they're throwing a whole bunch of them at us. And I was hopeful that they would then run the rest of them into our forces. Oh, as you can see, they can still... Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. That was a bit too close for my liking. Thank you. That was way too close. Okay, so hopefully they have used all their thrown weapons now, have they? No, they still have a couple of them still throwing. Oh, there's another 10 damage. I was hopeful that I could charge that guy, but no such luck. Okay, I'm going to have to tell my guys to charge in. I can't risk this any further. You know, I really can't. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm still being targeted, which is really bad. It seems like they're all... Yeah, there we go. Okay. It seems like they were all kind of distracted by me, I guess, and that's the reason why our forces were able to go in there straight up and lose literally one person, and that was Serene, who only got knocked unconscious, so that's really good. Alright, there's 15 renown, 144. We're only 50 away. I really wish we had done a little bit more. Alright, so we do have a heretic army very, very close by to us, but we're obviously going to be ignoring them. We want to ignore them as much as possible, so we're just going to continue going down the coast here. We could attack these guys. Okay, this is not going to go well for us, I don't think. We'll try. 28, 21. Oh, 22 renown. Okay. I think we're going to have problems with these guys. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Yeah, you guys mean business. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. Gonna have to retreat. Can I get away from this? I can get away from this. Okay, let's run. Whew. Okay, wait. Can we make it? Yeah, we can make it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do the task. That is unfortunate. I really thought that this was going to be our lifeline, basically, because if we got another 22, that would have been 166, and then we'd only need a couple more, and the Vanskry Raiders nearby could have given us the last little bit, or maybe some farmers, maybe some farmers in a nearby tavern or something like that. I'm just going to wait here for some time just to get these guys out the way. Oh, there we go. We gained our... Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That's apparently this is a random event, by the way. So now my horse archery skill has been increased by 1 due to that random event. So that's actually really cool. So happy with that. And we're still gaining 5,500 because look at my wages. My wages for my party are so little, and my mercenary payment is so little as a result of that because my combat strength is just so low. Anyway, let's move on. We can avoid the Azidahaka Death Cult Marauders, even though they actually do drop some of those Snake Cult books and things, which you can actually hand into a knighthood order and gain some rank points and relation and so on and so forth with them. And that's actually a really nice way of gaining some relation, just taking on those patrols. That's actually really good. Should we try fighting these guys? Let's try fighting these guys. How much are we going to get? 4 renown. Okay, yeah, 4 renown for this is just absolutely pitiful. These guys are probably not very good in terms of their combat strength, so they're going to... Yeah, they're going to be very easy to eliminate. As you can see, look at that, the sharp bandits. I thought maybe because they had like 24 and we don't have that many, it would kind of counterbalance it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So a bit disappointing about that, but maybe we can just eliminate a couple and then get out of here. I mean, that's the cool thing about it actually not having the game time pass while you're actually in a battle, because then you have the opportunity to make all kinds of moves, you know. So if you have advanced crew raiders or some enemy very, very close by to you, then you can actually just take advantage of the fact that the time does not pass. And if you only have like 2 days or something like I do left in the quest, then you might have an opportunity to turn things around. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, unfortunately. I have 30 arrows, might as well use them. Let's try and take these guys out. There we go. There's one dead. There's another one. It's like a laser. It's like a laser right now. Really nice. And there we go. There's another. There we go. Leslie. Oh, nice. Nice hit, Leslie. Very good. Alright, so there's only one enemy remaining. Hopefully he's going to be killed relatively soon, and then we will be able to continue onward. And I'm going to say that if we don't see any farmers in Torba or Ishkomen or in Singal or anything like that, then I'm just going to call it. Just going to call it a day on the challenging task, because it's unlikely that we'll be able to get anywhere else. Any other really nice renown areas. So if we don't get any farmers or anything like that, then that's going to have to be it. Because if I did get the farmers, it would have given me probably like 15, maybe even more than that. It probably would have given me much more than that, actually, because usually I get like 14 with a full army, with a massive army. So it would probably give me like 28 or something like that. Maybe if it scales. If it doesn't scale, then of course it would still give me the same. But that's still an absolutely amazing amount for just having to kill a couple of rogue Blackheart Knights, and then the rest are just regular fodder bandits, which are not really difficult to deal with. So yeah, that would be really, really nice. But it seems like Ishkomen does not have anything either. Gonna go to Singal, and that will be my, yep, there we go. That's it. Quest has failed. That is unfortunate, as I almost get murdered by a renegade adventure company. Let's go into the tavern here. What do you bet I find a farmer now? No. There. Oh. Are you you grind my gears, friend. You grind my gears. I can't believe that you're right here, right now. That is so bad. So bad. Okay. Not going to take his quest right now, because I'm going to go back to Windholm. And we're just going to tell the Kraken cultists that we failed. And, well, I think it was a pretty good effort. But I think I wasted too much time in the beginning trying to find good areas. I can't even go back to Windholm now. I can't even go back to Windholm because they've just declared war against each other. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. I will not be able to get my army back, because I need to hand in the quest to get my army back. So I will have to wait until the Fyhrr have declared peace with us. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.